ma'am, I would please request you to stay on with me. With that, I would like to go across to, with that, I would firstly like to address the visuals on air. We can see, of course, State Minister Pankaja Munde arriving along with her bodyguards, of course, for the funeral of Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar. All right, with that, I would like to go across to to Raj Lakshmi Joshi, ma'am, once again. Do you think, I mean, in your opinion, do you think that Ajit Dada Pawar remained a chief minister in waiting throughout his political career?
Very interesting question. And yes, there were definitely, in light humor, there were a lot of such jokes at certain times. That yes, he was somebody who became the deputy chief minister under so many different chief ministers, like Prithviraj Chauhan, or whether it may be Uddhav Thackeray or Eknath Shinde or Devendra Fadnavis ji. So, but in spite of all of that, in fact, he had once even joked that if he knew that the post of the chief minister could have been given away by the BJP, like they did to Eknath Shinde ji, he might have stayed on instead, and he also could have become the chief minister. So he had joked, on those lines at one point of time. But the first time that he became the deputy chief minister also, he did use a lot of his, I would say that he had very smartly, he had rallied some 60 MLAs on his side. And it was not easy for him to actually take over the post of the deputy chief minister, because at that time, Chhagan Bhujbal ji actually was senior, and he was looked as the person who might, in most probability, become the deputy chief minister. That I'm talking about when he was. This was at the time when Prithviraj Chauhan ji was the chief minister. So at that time, because of the controversy with Mr. Ashok Chauhan, if I remember. So at that time, actually, there was this situation where there was a little uncertainty about who will become the deputy chief minister, and it was with a lot of effort by Ajit Pawarji that he became the deputy chief minister. So it was not a natural choice, I would say, and it was at that time most likely that Chhagan Bhujbal ji would have taken over. But then he had Ajit Pawar ji had the support of 60 MLAs, if I remember, and that was how the top leadership, that is Sharad Pawar ji, had no choice but to make Ajit Pawar ji the deputy chief minister. So he has actually worked his way to the top with a lot of effort, because it was not easy, and he had made a position for himself, especially in Maharashtra, because especially because Sharad Pawar ji was more busy in the central leadership kind of roles. So he was more busy in Delhi, and it came to Ajit Pawar ji to look at matters in Maharashtra. So that is how he became more closer to the people in Maharashtra. He became more closer to the electorate, and he worked his way to the top. So he did face a lot of leadership issues with Praful Patel ji and with Chhagan Bhujbal ji at that time. But then, if you look at it now, then those very leaders have come with him from under Sharad Pawar ji, and they chose to be with him in the government in NDA, and that is how, I think that he has definitely made very smart and very good alliances with different parties and with people within his own party as well. So definitely
Ma'am,
it was
ma'am,
not
I'm so
easy for him.
sorry to interrupt you. I would like to address the visuals on air. In the right, we can of course see that these visuals are live from Baramati. Now, the hearse van carrying the mortal remains of Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar is moving towards the Vidya Pratishthan ground for the last rites the of course, Maharashtra's Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar, who died rather in a plane crash yesterday. Ma'am, if you could go on to please continue your thoughts.
Yes, so he was definitely somebody who probably lost the position of a chief minister by just a little bit. So probably, that remained his eternal dream. So, that is how I would say that probably, he was not someone who would immediately or naturally have been the choice, even for the deputy chief minister, had it not been for how maybe smartly, or you would even say shrewdly. So it's in politics, you have to be able to work your way around people, work your way around things to be able to be in power. So he has said at certain points that one has to be in power to be able to maybe achieve their vision. So it is so that is the reason why he was able to probably move his way around alliances and create his way even within his own party. So within his own party also he had a lot of competition from all these leaders like Praful Patel and Chhagan Bhujbalji, like I said, and also with Supriya Suleji, who was again being his cousin. She actually being the daughter of Sharad Pawarji, she was the natural successor. So then that was how it was comparatively easier for her actually, and a little more difficult for him to find his way there. So it was not so simple for him even to be a deputy chief minister, but the fact that he did, and for so many terms, and like Chandni Preeti Shah said earlier, he probably holds the record for being the person being most in term as the deputy chief minister, and that too under so many different chief ministers. So I would say that obviously for him it definitely was a dream, and maybe I don't know if that could have been a possibility anytime in the near future, but it definitely remained his dream, and which will no longer be a possibility ever.
All right, ma'am, I would please request you to stay on with me before I let go, Miss Chandni Preeti Shah, ma'am. One last question to you. Of course, would you agree that Ajit Pawar was a chief minister in waiting, considering the fact that there was widespread belief that he would eventually, occupy the top post?
Um, you know, we can call it fate. But I just saw a clip yesterday of Mr. Devendra Fadnavis ji, and he was in a very light note. He was saying this, that I see a future where Ajit Dada becomes the chief minister. Uh, but he held the post of the deputy CM across so many decades, longest in, I guess, in the tenure with alliance with Congress, in alliance with Congress. I guess they were in alliance for 15 long years. And during that tenure also he became the deputy CM. But again, not the right time to say, but NCP at that time, they did not have the statewide presence, even when they were in alliance with Congress, because their growth was always stunted by Congress. To work um on the grounds, uh, it is not always necessary that you hold the top post. And that has been time and again been proven uh, by Ajit Pawar ji, because as we today see on the ground, the love of the people for him, the respect that the people are paying him, the amount, the number of people today that have gathered I was just watching the clip that was being played by Newsx right now. The number of while his body was being taken uh, in the vehicle, and the way people had gathered all around, even on the bridges, the people were there to just have one last look at their favorite leader before he's cremated, before um, his funeral takes place. Speaks a lot this speaks volumes about how he has worked for the people despite not being on the top position. Raj Lakshmi ji said earlier that he moved from pillar to post. He moved into alliances wherever he deemed fit, only because he was not on the top post. This was only possible because of that, because he made moves according to what was best for the people and for his party. So again, being on the top post, being at the post of the chief minister, never not being on the top post, not being on the post of chief minister, never stopped Mr. Ajit Pawar from working for his people on the ground, on the grassroots level. And today, we are remembering him for what he is as a person, as a political leader, and not because whether he held a post ever, as the chief minister, and what he could have done as a chief minister or not, because he did everything possible that he could, even not being as the chief minister and holding whatever post he got into his hands. So again, before we end this, I would again want to pay my respects to his family and to all the other four families who've lost their dear ones. It is a very, very sad state of affairs today for everybody in the country. Nobody should go through such a pain, but this is life, and we see we pay our respect today as we should.
Ma'am Chandni Preeti Shah, thank you so much for sharing your insights with us here at Newsx. I really appreciate your time. I would also like to thank Mr. Shekhar Vijayan also for sharing his perspective on the channel. Now with that, I'm also being joined by Mr. Naveen Dubey, who's a political analyst, as well as Mr. Yuvraj Pokrana, who's an author and columnist. Thank you so much for being with us here on the broadcast. Of course, Mr. Naveen Dubey, I would first like to go across to you. Sir, of course, a very tragic day today. The funeral of Ajit Dada Pawar is set to be held today with full state honors, and as you can see on the screen right now, live visuals coming in, of course, Union Minister Nitin Gadkari has also arrived, and he is seen alongside Sharad Pawar, the NCP Supremo, and of course the uncle of Ajit Dada Pawar. And just a short while back ago, also we saw Supriya Sule there as well, and the hearse van right now is on its way to the funeral ground, and we know of course that Ajit Pawar will be given full state honor, will be cremated with full state honor, and people have gathered across the route to pay their last respects to this towering leader. Sir, with that I would like to come across to you. What do you think is next for the NCP? Do you think it's actually going to fragment further, or are we going to see some sort of reconciliation within the party after the tragic demise of Ajit Dada Pawar?
It's a very big setback to the peoples of Pawar family, as well as the peoples of Baramati and the Maharashtra peoples. Besides all this, Ajit Dada Pawar was a very good and dynamic leader, and everyone knows throughout the India that he holding the position of deputy CM for 5 years, and he worked well for his people. And he was a statesman. He was speaking very frankly among the media, the public. It was his quality. Number two, I was seeing yesterday when I got this in news, and I was quite shocked that such kind of mishappening it happened in India when the weather was very clear and the pilot of that aircraft was very much experienced, Mr. Sumit Kapoor, around 15,000 hours flying experience. So such kind of things cannot be tolerated. And we seen in 2021 that the CDS, Mr. Bipin Rawat, Mi-17 aircraft, the helicopter was crashed in Tamil Nadu. So if you see in a perception of worldwide, we are the number one in plane crash with our political leaders and the so many CMs and president of the parliament, and so many people lost their life in the air crash. This is the big question, and we have seen the report that CDS Vipin Rawat helicopter crash was just by a human error. Experienced pilot is there, advanced technology helicopter was there, and simply we closed the entire inquiry that it was a human error. So questions people are rising. Definitely, it's a very big question. When our top leadership or the leaders are not safe in air traveling, how we can ensure that the peoples of India are safe while traveling in aircraft in the air? This is the big question. Number two, I think right now the NCP, which was split in two parts, right now it will be reorganized, and the both NCP will be the one NCP. And Sharad Pawar Ji is a very mature leader of this country, and I think he will get all the members of the family together, and this NCP will start a new venture, new political venture after the Ajit Pawar, and new faces will come from the family, because they have a very good hold in the Baramati as well as the nearby areas of the Maharashtra. And though we must remember that after the results of the municipal elections in Maharashtra, so many people fingered out on the Ajit Pawar's performance and their party's performance in this municipal elections, and asked so many questions. And we have heard from some social media, that is not the confident source, I cannot say, but I've seen so many platforms that he told about the corruptions of the BJP, I think 10-15 days back. And he told that I am holding a file of the corruptions of the BJP. Such kind of the statements are viral in social media. If such thing happen, and suddenly after the 10 or 15 days he is killed in an air crash, then it's a matter of the serious inquiry, and serious and transparent inquiry must be set up to check the facts of the incident, how such incident took place, what was the reason. Pilot was very much experienced, and the co-pilot was also having 1500 hours experience. So these two female members, one co-pilot and one crew member, one their PSO, one pilot was killed in this mishappening. I think this is the right time of India and the aviation sector of our country to rethink about the aircraft, air operations, weather conditions. We are seeing in so many countries. In US, you can see there are the snowfall is there, and very bad weather conditions are there, and we are seeing maximum people are traveling by aircraft. In that country, we are seeing a very lesser number of accidents in air crash. But in India, we lost CDS Bipin Rawat, Madhav Rao Sindhia, GM Bali Yogi, so many leaders in Arunachal Pradesh. Everywhere we have seen. But we learn. Why don't we think to intact and put a pressure on the safety and security of the leaders as well as the public? We are not yet. Recently, we have seen a very big mishappening of Air India plane crash in Ahmedabad. What we learn? I think Medhaji, we must think. I am paying my tribute to Mr. Ajit Pawar, Dada. He was a very good leader, dynamic leader, and I think this family will come under one umbrella, and they will do restart the politics of Maharashtra as well as of this country, because this family contributed a lot in Maharashtra politics. So I think their son and the other family members will come out and take the position and come on the driving seat. As Sharad Pawar ji is also in a very old age, and right now they need to appoint a successor. And Ajit Pawar ji was the real successor of Sharad Pawar ji. He was doing well. He started his politics in 1991, and he was working under the guidance of.
त्याच्या विरुद्ध बाजूला